Yeah,
kicking
because
in
the
some
whole
doors real quick and
point of this was to make sure that the lone tower doesn't know that the dwarves are coming,
right.
because the dwarves are the one thing that can actually help
Take the
us out
tower,
there.
Yeah.
Very, very vital.
Exactly.
Extra help.
So that's kind of where we're sitting right now.
Yeah. Welcome back to Mad King, everybody.
Hello.
Back from our 5-minute break, and Oozle, the plan then is that as you guys are kind of running towards Belrune, you're thinking about just teleporting out.
Yeah, I can.
You have the
make us leave as
teleportation. You
soon as
guys
we're
do
ready.
have the ship in the area because you
Mhm.
took it up to the north and then walked down. If you're looking for more distraction and more time, you could go back to the ship and then utilize that in that kind of more ranged capacity to stay on their sight line and harass a little bit, but not necessarily get too close.
Okay. Who did we have with the column? We had
You've got Gontu, Derek, and Frida with
Gotcha.
the column right now.
Then I'll radio Derek, and
Yes.
I'm gonna ask him how far along are you guys?
Oh wow, it's quite the question, isn't it? We've ambushed a couple of patrols, and the dwarves make quick work of them. We're hoping that nobody got time to call back, or that if it got called back, that you guys are keeping them distracted enough.
Do you need more time to get past the fort?
Oh, the column's rather long. It's going to take a decent amount of time. With Talion and Adora's work, we're hoping that they mobilize and send scouting forces out towards them to find them here soon.
Okay, so they need a fair amount more time. So then I say, yeah, we teleport back to the ship and just lob cannonballs and be a nuisance on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, you reach the pile. You have everybody hold hands in a nice friendship circle, and you teleport out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doris is unconscious. She can't resist that. You pop up. You are on the ship. You're on a boat. A lot like the Pirate Isles that you're used to. However, this is in the air.
Rack is very uncomfortable.
Afraid of heights as of now. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, most people don't really experience heights in these lands. So
not at all. And the Pirate Isles, pretty flat tropical islands, you know. The boats are probably the highest off the ground you've ever been, like on the sea.
Unclipped nails
Yeah.
hooked into the fucking floorboard.
Cool. So
Through your life
we,
been a total of like 40 foot above sea level.
once we pop out on the ship, I will hand Derek his wife.
Derek's
or
not
Derek,
Derek
Raymond.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's a good idea to let them touch? She seems really hell bent on touching him.
She's unconscious.
Yeah,
it's fine.
she's asleep, and I need somebody
She's
to
a
watch her.
sleepy baby.
So, and
There's a
then-
very young kid at the helm. He seems maybe 17, 18. He's got a wedding band on. And kind of shortcut blonde hair.
Right. She doesn't see that she's too busy.
You're too busy just like looking
Freaking
over the
out, yeah.
edge.
I'm gonna start barking orders for everybody to start loading cannons, and we're gonna go and
Just I forgot to tell you about this guy.
bombard the fort for a little bit, as much as we can without losing
Yeah,
the ship.
you've got some small cannons. You fire some things away.
We have some small cannons, and we have 2 Gatling guns.
Yeah, you got your little magical gatlings.
Yeah,
Those wands don't have a lot in them.
but we have 2 people with spell slots.
That's absolutely true.
So yeah, we'll just AC 130 them for a little bit.
I need a fortitude saving throw from you.
And that is
And then it's the fortitude bonus, yeah.
that's 23.
23. What'd you have for lunch?
I had a huge ass like chicken leg.
Just a bunch of chicken.
Yeah, just a bunch of meat protein.
Luckily for you, chicken is rather inoffensive the second time.
Lovely.
I like a reflex saving throw.
Ooh, that is 9.
It is mighty unfortunate that you didn't get your head over the rail in time. Just all over you, all over the ship.
You're welcome, everyone.
There's been worse things on the ship. It's fine.
There's been much worse things on the ship. Finn seems perturbed by it. He's
I
learned not
twitch.
to speak it to you guys. This is like his baby now.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Haraway left, Bella died. Like, this is his connection to
He's the captain now.
like when his life was on the up and up.
He's the captain.
He's
Alright.
come so far.
Uh,
He was just this like sniveling piss baby when we first found him.
now he's actually been incredibly handy.
See, that's what he was always saying, but he knew if he didn't get on like soon, he was bound for death at that camp because people just don't care about mage maps like they should.
Yeah, they're incredibly handy. Do you want rolls from everybody for attacking?
Nah,
Or bombardment?
you're not. Your cannons and your magic missile gatlings are not strong enough to score real hits, but you can reduce personnel, and the personnel are the mooks are easy enough to hit in general.
I have 3 casts of Ice Storm.
You want to put some ice storms, lay down some hate on them, some cold hate. Yeah, absolutely. It helps with obscuring, helps with all of that stuff. At this point, 100%, right? The ant's nest has been stirred. They're on their sending stones. They're calling out for assistance from nearby forts, which means the lone tower, as well as you guys haven't ever been there or have any reason to go. But Fort Silver is just west of you guys, following along the base of the Iron Mountains. At one point, you were thinking about going there because it is where the leftover sport talent kids are held when it's off season for the tournaments. But so you might be seeing some reinforcements from there. People are trying to get general ideas of what's going on.
As long as they're looking at us and not the dwarves passing.
But
underneath.
you do believe very strongly that they are looking at you heavily, and that they are looking for Talion and Adora very heavily as well.
Cool. How many more of those teleports can we do?
How many do you have prepared?
1, but I have 2 level 5 pearls of power, so I can do it twice.
You could, yeah.
But that'll be like most of my 5th level spells for the day.
Because we do need to get Adora and Talion out of there.
Yeah.
You
You do. You could always physically swoop down and pick them up.
You
Yeah.
only we have a mage map.
Yes.
You even need to go to them to teleport them back to the ship,
No.
so we can just use one without.
No, you are
touching the
in
pearls of
range
power.
with Finn's general mage maps that you could cast through it
Oh, cool.
onto them.
Because with all the reinforcements coming through, I don't think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
super wise to.
Anytime you've got him around, he immediately makes at least a temporary garbage mage map with pieces of you guys that he collects, so that way spells can be cast on you from home base.
Cool. In that case, yeah, we'll keep
What I
shelling.
do, PJ boy. He's important to me.
We'll keep shelling, and like, I guess as long as we reasonably can until things start to get a little bit hairy, and then pull out.
Yeah, there is certainly a point where you start to see coming from kind of the southwest, where the forest breaks and more of like the township is sitting. You start to see forces coalescing, people teleporting in, like they're getting ready to mount that counterattack, and it is heavy.
Cool. That's less people at the fort. Awesome. Yeah. So once we can't really hang out any longer, we'll just fucking pray that was long enough. And yeah, I'll radio to Derek, and I'll ask him for a status update.
I believe that we have found a worthwhile position. The dwarves have some rather genius inventions. They're currently doing a little entrenching, I guess is what you would call it, tunneling perhaps. They're burying their equipment and hiding away right now. I think for the most part we should be in the clear.
All right, sounds good. And is there anything else that we
Are you
need to-
taking us back, or am I going to sleep in the dirt tonight?
We'll come and get you.
Okay.
No.
No?
I mean, if we do, we definitely need to go the opposite
Very
direction.
incognito.
Well, yeah. We're not gonna go directly to him,
It's
but
gonna be a
like,
big swoop.
Yeah, because we're gonna have at least a night's sleep before we launch the attack.
Make sure you're talking to your mic.
Yeah, so we'll at least have a night's sleep, so we'll have time to go and pick them up.
Yeah, I think we should make it look like we're headed for Fort Silver next.
You head west.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way kind of westward, and Finn immediately starts gaining altitude the minute that you guys get even just, a mile down the road, as immediately you start catching like some magical flak coming your way. As you have found their reinforcements as well. Finn gains altitude, you guys start getting very high up, and the call comes in for Adora that she's had her fun, it's getting a little scary, and she would like extracted.
Okay.
I'd like to come into the out
Yeah,
now.
I'll pull them both out with a Pearl of Power.
Yeah.
And then as we're going by, because now we're there and they'll be able to see it because it's like fireworks, I cast dancing lights in the shape of a middle finger in the air.
Yeah, you give your new classic one finger salute
Yeah.
to the Mad King's men. As you guys slowly fly away, there's a flash of light on the boat. A small halfling woman and what appears to be a passed out homeless man with a bow and arrow appear on the ship. Talion immediately, like, he's out of the action. He's unconscious. He was standing, and now he is on his face in Rack's vomit.
Nice.
Delicious.
Soon to be his vomit, I
Yeah,
think.
he's going to add to it.
The puddle expands.
Yeah. Gross.
Get the smell of beef.
You got a prestidigitation for us?
I sure don't. No, that's not something. Nope.
Rough.
Mark steps
Listen.
up. I got it. And he can cast prestidigitation. He's a wizard now.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
I just love to picture just how uncomfortable he is casting these spells.
He looks
Like,
super awkward,
just
and it's
weird
one of those
for
things
him.
where he's like, "I've got this," and you guys all look at him, and he stops for a minute and looks at you guys, and he's like,
Don't watch me.
"I'm a nervous caster."
I'm a nervous caster. Sweet.
Cast bright.
Mission success.
Mission success, very well done. Lucky on infill and exfill ideas.
I don't want to say
We fucking
lucky,
nailed it, I
it's
think.
skill.
We never walk in through the front door. Like, who was gonna expect it?
It did catch them all very off guard. Good job.
It's not our normal thing.
Yeah.
They're going to start expecting the plane shift in thing, though.
They're absolutely going to start expecting that.
That's why we walked in through the front door.
They caught on to our.
At very least,
fly through the
they can
tower.
detect while you presently plane shift. They can set magical monitors in different planes, and the Mad King, over years and years of research, his forces have a relatively good understanding of like what planes are useful for that kind of stuff, so they know what to monitor. However, he's only recently become aware of the shadow plane,
Life has many planes,
and
fat boy.
they may not necessarily have access to them the same way that you guys do now. So, that could still be a very safe option.
Stop trying to get us to go in the shadow plane, Ian.
Yeah, speaking
Scared
of,
of the dark, actually.
as everything is winding down and you guys are starting to decompress, you go to take off some armor, maybe get a bite to eat. Belrune, I need, do you check yourself ever? You, check yourself out in the mirror?
I mean, like,
You give yourself a once over, pat yourself down, make
Yeah.
sure you're not bleeding.
I could do like a general heal check. I'm a medic. I'm
Yeah.
used to giving myself a little once over after battle.
Yeah, I mean, you always should.
Yeah. Yeah. 21.
21, you are not injured in any realistic way. You had some hair singe
Yeah.
from your self-immolation episode, but you do notice something strange. On your feet, each one has just this little black diamond just stuck to it.
Whoa. He went through the ethereal plane, not the shadow plane.
No, went through the shadow.
No, he went through the ethereal.
It was the ethereal
He-
plane.
because-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
he was like the ethereal plane could do
You
the
were
same
talking about the
thing.
shadow plane.
I
that
was,
whole time.
yeah, and then he was like,
Okay.
but the ethereal
Yeah.
plane does the same thing, and I was like, does it? Because this is what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
and then he was like, yeah, the ethereal plane does the same thing.
The ethereal plane is one plane over.
Easy.
So it's you calm it down there. I know what the fuck you're on about.
He fucking
You're good.
relaxed.
Then you're all right.
Sigh of relief.
You guys spend some time flying around. You eventually do get Derek, Frida, and do you pick up Gontu, or do you let him continue forth with the dwarven armor?
He can be our ears with the dwarves.
Okay, he'll continue forth with them.
Yeah.
You got kind of your core crew. The ship is crowded at this point. There's absolutely not quarters for everybody left on the ship. There's I think it's 2 personal rooms, captain's quarters, and 1 guest room.
I can sleep in the crow's nest. I'm pretty small.
Oh, because he has to gather them. I had the thought of before, maybe at some point in the night, before actually attacking fort or the lone tower, since we gathered all of that stuff from Homegirl's office, Finn can make a mage map, and then of that particular location, we teleport in there. I don't know, set off some smoke or a bomb or something to make them be they're still here, and then but Finn has to gather the materials. So.
Yeah, in order for him to cast into the area, or for other people to cast through him into the area, he does have to physically collect samples personally. Yeah. He also lets you know that because he can just make a general mage map of the area. He has tried the lone tower and the surrounding fort of it, the footprint of it, does not appear on mage maps. It winds up blank.
Okay.
So he can tell you about the nearby cliff sides and the forest, possibly a couple 100 yards away from it, but anything close to the tower, mage maps don't work.
Okay. In that case, unless anybody else has anything that they want to take care of, we attack at dawn.
Raymond's gonna have some personal moments, but you probably don't want to be.
No, that's between him and his ex-wife.
Yeah.
I want to listen in on that. Everyone loves a hairy divorce.
It's a really hushed conversation where
Drills a hole into the wall and is
where Raymond's pissed. She starts getting upset when she comes to. She's not in a very good way. He has to get her some water, and he actually casts a little healing spell on her to get her conscious and cognizant again. He is berating her. She's berating him. She seems scared and is asking, what are you going to do now, you old fool? Our family line is ruined. And he's like, no, our people are safe. Our people are prospering. We're outside of the tyranny. And she's like, it's not that bad. We were under invasion. What else were we supposed to do as an edge domain other than fortify up and take help from the feds? It is hairy. It is not good. She's calling him a coward for abandoning, and he is starkly the Fox of Iron never abandons his people, but he does not stand for this meaningless war and bloodshed.
Mia starts crying.
You're just breaking down.
She hates when her parents fought. She casts ghost sounds so that we can't hear it anymore.
La, 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 la. Yeah, Dora starts she pulls out a fiddle and starts playing some music to try to cover a little bit of it, because it's a small ship. If anybody's tuned in, you're hearing it.
This old lady's talking a lot of shit for somebody who can get thrown off a ship.
Yeah. Raymond's I've been to the far south. I've met huntresses. I've been to the Great Plains. I've been to the Iron Mountains. These are good people. We started the war, and it's not right. And she's like, that doesn't change the fact that when those orcs come over that fucking cliffside, they're just gonna slaughter everybody.
Damn. She's shitting on your people.
We'll get there.
Not everybody. There's some designated targets.
Exactly. It hasn't our alliance with them has been tentative at best. So I'm kind of waiting for them
Tentative,
to actually.
I'm a homie.
I'm blooded.
I've been waiting for them to kind of be able to start coming through to have the conversation of listen, civilian targets are off the market.
These are the rules of engagement.
I don't you're my people. I don't want to fuck you up, but so help me God, I will.
Nice. What a great conversation.
Yeah, no, and it's one of those things. Of course, you guys all obviously biased against the Mad King there, but through the conversation, it's not like she's wrong necessarily. It's just
She's
she-
taking shit.
yeah,
I mean, like I
she
recognize
just
join or
couldn't-
die when I see it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she didn't have the means. She didn't have the ability. She didn't have the spine. She didn't have the youth to stand up for her people alone. And when the king,
so
when
who's
your
the real chicken
sovereign,
shit, like,
when your sovereign rolls in and goes, "Hey, we are building a new fort. You are heading it, and this is what it is going to be. This is where it's going to be, and this is what it's going to do." What does a baron do, right? You say, "Okay, sir."
Smells like bitch in here.
No balls.
Nobody steps in though.
Fuck
Just
nah.
general
And
interest.
None of my business.
Yeah. Marcus put wax in his ears and is asleep.
good for Mark.
He's got that marine in him, right? Where it's just like any moment that you can sleep.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't, because you just don't know when it's coming next. But yeah, she gets real mean with Raymond. Raymond gets real mean with her. Just two hard old folk yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Rack is enjoying this immensely.
It's helping you get over your fear of
Mhm.
heights.
a good
Just all the
distraction, yeah.
juicy drama.
Really soothing.
Reminds me of home.
She's like, I don't know who these people are, but they are going at it.
You guys are fun.
If you're enjoying it, over at the helm, the young man and two young girls, the one with the pink hair and one with very beautiful flowing curly blonde hair, they all seem to be kind of sitting there gossiping. He doesn't seem to be really participating much, but the two of them certainly are gossiping and giggling about it.
Right?
But they're hanging out with him, and so he's just kind of in the middle of it.
He just has to stay at the helm and they have to be next to
Yeah.
it.
They came to the wheel and he can't move.
Exactly. That's
He's being
100%
held
what it is.
hostage, actually.
Every now and then you see just under his breath, he just kind of like mumbles something. Like he's out,
Jerks
he's
the wheel a
listening,
little
you
too
know.
hard, like-
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What a radio gone to.
Yeah, you radio down and his raspy voice picks up.
So how do you become like an honorary dwarf? Is there like paperwork I can file? I'm really good at filing
My
paperwork.
man's looking for quadruple citizenship.
A what?
You know, like an honorary dwarf. One of the clan.
You helped us immensely. Belrune was there for, or was it still Harway
No,
for the
it was-
spider?
it
It
was
was
not.
still
Yeah.
Harway, wasn't it?
I wasn't there for any.
Or you weren't there for any of it. Yeah, you were just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I understand your question, but we don't do that. Do you have dwarven ancestry? Could you track yourself back to a clan?
I mean,
He is incredibly short.
I'm sure there was one at some point.
I
Do you
search
guys
through,
have like bookkeepings for clans? Maybe I can just look at a list of names.
we have extensive records back at the capital.
Let's forge the papers of nobility.
I'm sorry, I don't believe that you have the traits for me to suspect that you would have clan blood.
I don't think he's ever met him, so he wouldn't know.
Gantu's met him.
Has Gantu met you?
Yeah, because you
'Cause
guys
Belrune
were,
came in during the. When did you come in?
because you guys had the big
During the
war party with
hippo.
the, during the hippo. Gantu was there,
Yeah.
and then as
yeah.
well with Fort Resort before you guys did the raid, you had the big war meeting where you decided who was split in
Yeah.
what directions and stuff.
We've gone through so many party members. I don't remember. when
You've
people
gone
came in.
through a good chunk of party members at this point.
You guys are like auspicious and notable historians. Surely it's happened once.
Oh, it's happened a good number of times. There's plenty of
So how did they do
mixed
it?
bloods, and they can come back with proper paperwork filing, with proper attention and time and service given.
Yeah.
Marriage, of course, is another way.
So
Well,
you marry a
I'm
dwarf.
very single and eligible.
Right. Thank you for informing me of that.
I don't swing that way.
And if it's a blood thing, I mean, I can get
Are-
dwarven blood in me.
What?
Are you looking for a bride?
Yeah, do you got a sister?
Is that what you allude to?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
And you wish to join our tribes?
Yes. I wish to count myself among the clans.
You literally said as your sister mentioned me.
Tell your mom I say hi. When times are calmer, perhaps come talk to me, and we can meet better in person. We've had few conversations.
Yeah, we'll talk after like the tower and we'll
I'm not quite sure that you would be a good fit for the clan of the dead.
I could be.
We'll find out.
We'll
Try
find
out.
out. I've almost died a couple times.
Right. Of course.
All right. Good night, buddy. Love you, brother.
Gantu might be a bit of a tough sell. You do
Yeah.
know another dwarf that is a bit more friendly
Yeah.
that you might think of calling up. If that is a road you desire to pursue.
Absolutely, it is.
How do you plan on
said, "Love
gaining
you,
membership to
brother."
the Huntresses?
That one I might just be SOL on.
Yeah.
Right. Like
You might be.
I'm not their type.
However,
you
I'm
know?
also saying, right, marriage into the dwarves might be rough. Marriage into the Huntresses is probably gonna be really easy.
I'm not like their go-to type though, right? And I'm 3-0.
No, but it's
Like-
it's a big civilization, and
Yeah.
there's bound to be some
There's a
women that
runt
value
somewhere in there.
a caster,
You're sure.
Plus, like, a lot of huntresses, it's not like there's top tier, Green Beret huntresses, and then there's just like the citizenry.
Sure.
There's all kinds.
Yeah.
There's all types.
They've got a pyro unit in there somewhere.
They've got a
We'll get
pyro
along
unit in
great.
there somewhere. They've got just, a huntress that owns a nice bakery and is just looking for a status upgrade.
Sure. Yeah.
And you could be a very easy status marriage.
Yeah. I'm just looking for family, guys. Okay, I haven't had that before.
Hey, girl, I'll bake your bread.
Party
I'll
follow.
put a
it.
bun in that oven.
Mark's sitting he's sitting on the edge of the boat, and he just kind of, I had a family.
How did that go?
Oh, it was
Fucking A, let's
the best
slide.
years of my life, man. It was truly magical.
What happened to him?
And I'm a wizard now, so I know.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, all your guys' noise, he can't sleep through that, so.
I don't know what all this you guys shit is. I'm going to bed.
You're gonna try. It's
Oh,
a small boat way up in the air.
man. I sleep.
You try to
fine
go to
all the
sleep.
time.
I call Cliff John, finally regale him with my second bath of fire.
Yeah, you guys, he is just so proud. And he's like, hold on, let me put you on speaker. And like,
Yes.
you hear the whole squad like cheering in the background. You hear a new voice that you haven't heard yet, and they introduce Tigtone, who's your replacement.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of thing. They have the empty saddle.
He's
and
a
so
fucking
they
goblin, isn't he?
always No, he's an orc.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
They're just the divers tend to be very
replaceable.
petite.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
They're not the fucking 7 foot
8 foot.
meat shit brick houses, They're
gotta
the
be
they're
agile
the
on
they're
the
the
poles.
110 wiry motherfuckers
Yeah.
that are just not quite all there.
Yeah.
It
Love
takes
'em.
all types,
Brothers.
The Kyles of the orcs.
Yeah, they're the Monster Energy drinking, drywall punching, good old boys.
Love them.
Oh man.
So yeah, next is dwarven citizenship.
It's all you, bud.
They're asking though when you're gonna like operate with them again.
Yeah. Fucking, we'll see.
Well, I mean,
They got your number.
It's a big world out there. A lot of mad kingsmen to die.
and we do have like the orcs that are going to be moving in on the fort with us.
Yeah.
So you
I
get
mean,
them.
they're-
homies aren't really built for hitting a fort, but
They're not in the AO. They're not.
I'm telling you right
they're
now,
not that
if you-
warband.
I'm telling you right now, if you gave them the offer, they'd be there.
They would. They'd do laps around the outside of it or something. Like,
You could just get that gate open, big
Let
enough
me in.
for a stegosaur.
Oh man.
Pirate Isle citizenship's gonna be really easy, I think.
Oh, that's like.
Uh,
I think the
Oh
only
yeah,
real...
they do inform you that their squad through your last successful little campaign, the warband has upgraded them from a rhino to a full stegosaur.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I'm so proud of them.
They are elite divers now.
Does the squad have a name? I only have Cliffjaw. Like a group name.
You want to give them a group name? They don't. The roster doesn't stay stagnant
Yeah.
long enough necessarily for them to wind up with full names. Usually they just go with the tribe name,
Sure. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they're individuals. But if you want to give your crew, your buddies a name,
We'll come back to that.
come back to it. Easy. Mark regales anybody who will listen about how great his family was for a little while.
I listen attentively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's crying by the end. He's having an emotional moment.
Poor guy.
I'm uncomfortable.
We're all uncomfortable.
I'm sleeping like a rock.
Oozles out cold. Mark's picking himself back up. Raymond and Doris cool their jets. They're old. They're not going to stay up late anyway.
6 p.m. Time to go to bed.
They fucking
Yeah.
tuckered themselves down.
Belrune,
Oh,
you've been known to
poor
party. Alia and Frida party.
Yeah.
They're willing to
Fucking
party with you.
it up.
Rack,
I got that brandy.
Do you party?
I have Martin's brandy.
He's got to crack a cold one open with the boys.
Finn looks exhausted. He sets the magical apparatus to just maintain and understands that you guys are going to post some kind of watch. He's been working all day.
Yeah.
He takes the captain's quarters and
Fair
passes out. It's a very small door. It was built for a halfling. But he's a wiry kid. He just has to kind of hands and knees it for a second. Yeah. Do you party?
I party.
You party.
Yes. Let me show you how we
Drink
do
the
it in the
alcohol
fucking
in there.
plains.
Yeah, you join
Back to
Belrune
bed.
and the girls. Derek absolutely goes to bed, and before he goes to bed, he gives not necessarily like a talking down, but he does a little chastising of the two young gals, and he's like, you need to get your sleep. It's very important at this age. Don't drink too much. It's not good for you. And they're like, oh yeah, of course, no, we're gonna be just fine. Oh,
They don't listen.
we'd never. And then he goes downstairs and they start giggling, and they know he can hear them, but whatever. The four of you have a little celebration.
Absolutely. Do we have a keg?
You got a halfling-sized keg.
Okay.
The previous owner of the ship did have a mini bar.
Do we have one of the orc cans that you smash on your head?
No, you don't have.
I'll show you
don't
how
have
they
any
do
of
it on the
those.
plane. Planes
If you
another
check
time.
all of the floorboards, you will find a multitude of random flasks that have just been stored for safekeeping.
Yeah, a really good perception check. The ship has taken some damage too, so like there's tons of boards splintered and broken up, and there's just like booze bottles,
Just everywhere.
like half empty, just stuffed in nooks and crannies and hidden away places.
It's a little treasure hunt.
Yeah. The blonde introduces herself to you as Frida, and don't worry about drinking too much the night before a battle. I can take care of you.
Good, because I'm going to get wrecked.
And she just like
No,
tips up a
you're
bottle.
gonna get racked.
I'm going to get wrecked.
Love it.
They all laugh at that. So shoot, yeah, the five of you,
Oh, no.
or no, you go.
I'm not drinking. I'm just here.
You're not drained. You're just here to
Not even
socialize.
one?
Oh, I had
Not
one.
even.
I had
Hey,
one
but this
last
is really
night.
good
No,
brandy.
no,
This is expensive. This is
I
a
don't
gift.
do well for peer pressure.
It's a really nice gift. Please, just one.
Didn't you steal that?
Yeah. And now I'm gifting it to you. Just a glass.
Alia pulls down a bottle after taking a pull, and she goes, "It's the spoils of war. It's fair looting. It's all legal."
Yeah. Martin's
Okay.
dead. He's not gonna miss it.
That's
shoot
probably
it
not
back,
true.
Yeah, probably not.
And I do what happened last time. Like, woo!
Yeah, it's just it is the most eccentric 15 minutes that you've ever seen.
Oh, I heard a little
Yeah.
jingle.
A jingle jangle ding.
Adorable zombie noms. Thanks for following.
Thank you for the follow.
That's a name.
That's a name. That's a good one.
You're being called out.
Oh shit. Or milkers. Their Discord name is Mommy Milkers.
Oh.
Knew exactly who it was.
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we party, man.
You do a good little party up. Unless any of you have any specific conversations with NPCs that you wish to have, the night
I don't think
passes.
anybody else is coherent enough to have a conversation with anybody.
Well, by the end of it, free to sobers all of you right
Oh,
now.
thank God.
So yeah,
No hangovers.
she's willing to let you guys pass out and hit you in the morning if you want.
That's
but generally
preferable.
speaking,
Ugh.
she has to at least clear herself before passing out. Otherwise, she's gonna miss. She's gonna miss, operation time.
Hell yeah.
You guys arise in the morning. Everybody has kind of a new veneer of seriousness back over them besides the two younger girls. And possibly Rack if you want. I don't tell you how to live your life.
Just copying everyone around.
Just copying.
Everybody's serious.
You one of those like
Yeah.
Zoned in. I'm locked in. I'm with you. What is the battle plan?
So, as it stands right now, to the best of my understanding, we are going to have the dwarves start the attack, and then the party, our forces that we've moved up here, the orcs and the few huntresses that we know. The huntresses are just out.
Huntresses are out
Keeping-
messing with supply lines.
Yeah.
we need to be a part of that attack.
Which attack?
Because the dwarven
Okay.
starter. Because there's almost definitely like wards and protections that need dispelled before we start shelling things out. Or else we're just going to be tossing stuff at nothing.
I like the idea, but what do you want me to do about it?
And you just got to be there to be there.
Are you saying like
We
the party?
really are the ones
Okay,
that need
okay,
to be
so
there.
You're talking about like the party. When you said like we, I thought you were talking about like me and you. I was
no,
like,
no.
what the fuck
like-
am I gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot my chains.
I know we had a great time at the last fort just now, but
Yeah, that won't be a bad idea.
have more NPCs die. Is
In
also
that
on the roster.
case, in
I
that case, I
voted
guess
Dora.
yeah, like we'll push with the dwarves or. Okay, so how far can you cast a spell?
That's a good question.
It's
gotta-
not far. It's really.
I thought it was like a mid-range spell.
Yeah.
I think you had like 100-foot max.
Yeah, because the dwarves are going to be a fair bit away
Yeah.
theoretically.
Theoretically.
Yeah, because
Plus
they're
10 feet. So
basically
we have
artillery.
Yeah.
210 feet.
210.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's
But
not
that's
bad. We got to be able to close that distance anyway to push.
Mhm.
yeah, no. So the dwarves aren't going to be pushing. The
Right.
dwarves are essentially going to be breaking down the walls and everything, fucking up the inside so that we can go in.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how do you think it would be best for you to like do that dispelling? Because I don't think that pushing with the dwarves is going to get you close enough.
Is this an
Sheesh.
Incelli plan or a Thymea plan?
Itzeli's dead, so Thymea has taken the reins, but it is an Itzeli plan.
The brain is the brain juice is flowing.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly how the Gems of Wondrous power work, but like
Mhm.
I have a 3rd level Gem of Wondrous power in my pocket right now.
Sure.
Can it be imbued with dispel magic and fired out of a cannon, and then it like?
Out of a cannon?
Well, that's what we've got. I can.
We can strap it to an arrow.
Strapping it to an arrow would be better.
Okay. Well, however it gets there. If it's 3rd level Gem
Mhm.
of Wondrous power, that's stonk as fuck. So it should be able to take out a lot, right?
It just dispels a greater amount of magic or a greater magic.
yeah.
And
It targets like one thing at a time with how dispel magic works,
Or a zone of 20 feet.
or a zone of 20 feet. which is zone of 20 feet. If they've got big wards that kind of dome over the entirety, if you break a hole through them, the wards will shatter, generally speaking.
Okay. And then when that like lands wherever it lands, are now like our spells going into it going to be dispelled in that cone as well?
I think
It's
it only
a
lasts for the
instant
round.
cast, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like that. I also have Gems of Wondrous Power. So if we get these with like the dwarves and have them start the artillery barrage with the dispel magics.
Mm-hmm. They have similar ways of accomplishing that. Yeah.
Okay. So like similar ways as in like they could do it and we don't have to worry about
As in it's not a Gem of Wondrous power strapped to an arrow, but yes, they have their own artillery ways of using anti-magic artillery.
Oh, okay. Then we don't
Cool.
even have to particularly worry about that. We could just push with the main
They're
forces.
they're expensive shells. They don't have a lot of it, but they got enough that they think that they can break down the general wards and the general protections on the fort itself, kind of thing.
Cool. Then yeah, so dwarves start their artillery barrage, knock down their magical defenses,
Mm-hmm.
and then we move in with our ground forces and take the fort by storm.
All right, start at the front door and kick from there.
Worked last time.
That's true. Worked last time. Who are you taking with you NPC wise?
In the ground fight,
Nobody.
well, Mark has to go.
Yeah, of course, like immediate party. I want to,
Yeah. So we have Mark.
Okay.
The only other one would be Raymond or Alia.
Well, I don't. I want Raymond to watch his wife. I don't trust her.
That's fair. You can
Take the
take
bard.
you can
now-
take Talion.
We could take the bard.
We never have a bard.
So yeah, we could take the bard. I think we should have. Can we have Talion with the dwarves and he
Yeah.
helps with their artillery?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We take the bard.
We take the bard.
All right.
This bard's coming on an adventure. man.
Adora's on Alia's disappointed. She's been part of like core crew for a while now.
How far away
We're trying
can she
something
send
new,
her-
kid.
How far away can she send George?
Relatively,
Like, no.
good couple 100 feet.
No.
No. 'Cause I was thinking like we could have her just off somewhere while she just has George running amok.
No, that's not how she operates.
Yeah, I
She
know.
likes to be
Yeah.
in it.
Well, no, because she has a very important job, and that job is keeping the ship safe. It's taking a lot of damage.
Also,
I think
Yeah,
we
of
should
I don't
course.
know.
I'm
park
on
the
lookout
ship somewhere
duty.
else.
The-
It's very important.
Just
well,
park the ship
you know,
somewhere
it's a
else,
little
you
bit
know?
more important than that because
I'll just stay behind with the map kid.
no, I look over-
Jesus!
And Finn just like deflates a little bit. And she goes, "No
My poor
offense, but
guy.
like, and he's like, I don't want to go."
that he loves her and we still don't trust her, and so he's not going to stop her if she does creepy shit. So you're going to have to override Raymond and her.
You might get to
so-
beat up an old lady.
I'm here to pop old ladies like pimples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You made this worse.
I was helping.
I guess.
Yeah, of course. Derek and Frida, of course, are more than happy to stay behind. Frida has just that little tinge of like longing for it, but you've taken her on an adventure or two, and
It
she
didn't
has
go
been
well.
in like serious danger each time.
Yeah.
So she's not. She's kind of worked out
So,
that
I like-
adventurer part of her life already.
I like the idea of taking Adora. But what if we take Derek and we just point him in a direction?
He doesn't
It's like
wanna
eating a roll with
go.
some cheese, and he
Hmm.
just stops. And he's like, Me?
He doesn't want to go.
He doesn't want to go.
I haven't been able to see him actually use his power. Nobody's actually seen him do it.
It's not true. Mark saw.
I didn't even know he
Why
had
didn't
like
it?
a power.
It's
I thought
scary.
he was just the doctor.
All
He
I
says
know,
I'm a
I just thought he
master
was a
healer,
physician.
top of my field.
all I know is when we walked out of the town, there were a lot of charred bodies.
Mark, what did he do?
Mark just shakes his head.
He told him not. All right, fine. Take a Adora.
Zone of truth.
Adora.
Zone of truth.
Adora.
Adora.
Adora it is.
You can still just omit it.
Yeah, out of anybody to do that on, I don't think Derek will work. All right, so that's the game plan, and we'll also let the dwarves know to do their damnedest in their beginning barrage to like blow a hole in the gate or
Okay.
something, because we need to be able to get in.
Give a little gatehouse targeting.
Yeah.
The tower itself isn't super important because you plan on taking it by foot.
We need you to soften the target, and
We just need to control the area before we can start taking the tower.
exactly.
Yeah, they're cool with that. The orcs are just gonna attack.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot that you can tell them or not tell them.
No, that's fine. That's what they're here for.
Cool beans. Guys, we're going to end just a little early because we're going to just start by racing into combat and seeing how the initial bits of this plan play out next week.
It's gonna work out.
Thank
great.
you guys for watching. It's been a long week. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I'm Kai Gyan, and you just watched The 20 House. Like, comment, and subscribe!